Good, good evening. Okay. I apologize for the delay, but 10 minutes delay. Later than scheduled. Again, some technical issues I have here need to be sorted out. Okay. I'll just go straight on out without waiting for people to come to join in, and those who join me at whatever stage they join, that's fine. You can listen to this later on Facebook or our YouTube channel. All right. So I start by saying good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever applies to you. I welcome you to the Sentinel, which is the media arm of Citygate Ministries International, and I remain Reverend Cyril Okere. So today, what we're talking about, I want to reflect on the last Saturday's Nigerian presidential election. Nigerians went to the polls yesterday to elect who is going to preside over the affairs of the nation in the next 4 years. And there are a lot of candidates, but chiefly there were two: the incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari of the APC, that's the ruling party, and the challenger, the ex-vice president Atiku Abubakar of the main opposition party, the PDP. Okay, as I said, there are a raft, I would say, a rush of other political parties from minor to micro to mini micro. They had their go. And the election came and went. Next Saturday will be the governorship or gubernatorial election, as well as the state assemblies, state parliamentarians, so to say. Yes, last Saturday, apart from the presidential election, there was also election into the two houses of parliament, National Assembly, the Senate, as well as the House of Representatives. Okay, so I want to reflect on what happened last Saturday, and then not because I am partisan, I am not partisan, and I'm putting my disclaimer right at this moment. I am not partisan. I do not support any party. I don't hold any I'm not a card carrying member of any political party. I'm not, and I don't intend to. So what I'm speaking here is I'm trying as best as I can to be objective and not for the facts in themselves and in their own right, but to draw out some lessons, some timeless principles, because I am a kingdom-minded person, Christian, minister of the gospel. That's my focus. I happen to come from Nigeria, as Nigeria being a place of my natural origin, of course. But my primary allegiance is to God's kingdom and God's what God is doing on earth and His glory and His will. Okay, so please do not accuse me of pastorship. But there are things to learn from what that transpired. I see some funny things happening with the video. Okay, I continue. That election, the presidential election, stirred up the very worst in our character as a people. Let's put it bluntly. But let's give ourselves some kind of a scriptural orientation. I want to read from two scriptures. First is Matthew chapter 7. Matthew chapter 7. The Wi-Fi is a bit slow today. Matthew 7. I read from verse 24. Yeah. 24 to 27. Now, this is Jesus speaking. It says, therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it did not fall, for it was founded on the rock. But everyone who hears these sayings of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain descended, the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, and it fell, and great was its fall. Okay. Those are the words of Jesus. We're coming to fillet and that passage a bit. I want to do another one, very short, just verse one liner, really. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13. It says, consider the work of God. For who can make straight what he has made crooked? Who can make straight what he has made crooked? Okay, let me look at that in the authorized version, the original King James version, which I just read. The two passages I read from New King James Version. Okay, here we go. KJV. What are you telling us? It says, consider the work of God, for who can make straight which he had made crooked. Is it okay? Yes, what God has made straight, no one can make crooked. Okay. So, in other words, if God, also there's another scripture, in fact, that says, let me look for it. That is obvious. It says, what God has, if I can remember it now, what God has made crooked, yeah, no one can make it straight. No one can make straight. Okay, let me just look for where that is. Right. So we're asking, who can make straight what God has made For who can make that straight which God has made crooked? Then this is a similar scripture in chapter 1. That's basically, what does it say? I'm trying to look for it now. I'm not able to get it. Basically, it's saying what is crooked cannot be made straight. Yeah, what is crooked cannot be made straight. If God said that something is crooked, nobody, not a house full of legislators, not the General Assembly of United Nations, nobody, no, absolutely no one, no king, no general, no emperor, no feudal lord, no monarch can make it straight. God's word is the final arbiter. That's why this place we read before in Matthew chapter 7 tells us, welcome. My brother Alex, welcome. God bless you. Good evening. Right. So, when we read before, Jesus is saying that anyone that hears his words, if anyone that comes to him, so if you come to him, congrats, and hear his word, if we listen to his word and hear it, congrats, and does it, that's where the goodness lies, in the doing. We're told, is it James that told us that, yeah, God has the final say. Yes, okay, yes. Yeah, that the Bible tells us that in James, it says that we should not be hearers of the word alone, we should be doers of the word. That anyone that hears the word and does not do it is someone who appears in the mirror to examine his himself or his face, and turns away and immediately forgets the kind of person how he looks. But anyone who hears the word and does it, in fact, it's anyone who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it. Yeah, say not being a forgetful hearer, but a doer of that word. So that person is, will be blessed. So the blessing is in the doing. The blessing is not in reciting, it's not in memorizing. The blessing is not in the listening. Because even when Jesus was on earth, a lot of people came to him to listen for a variety of motives. So, say anyone who that hears his word, comes to him, hears his word, and does it. It's like a man that builds his house on a rocky foundation. And when the elements hit, the rain, the storm, the wind, the tornado, the hurricane, and all that house will remain standing. But anyone that hears his word but does not do, it's like a foolish, stupid person that builds his house on the sand. And when these same elements, trials of life, vicissitudes of life, hit, that house will collapse, and great will be the ruin thereof. Okay, you can transpose that to nation building. I'm interested in what leaders do in guise of building nations. In Nigeria, supposed to be, some of us have argued that it's not yet a nation, because a nation is built and there has not been serious attempt to build a nation. Anyway, the Bible said the builder of all things is God. So whether you're building a house, a family, or you're building a business, or you're building a nation, it pays us to listen to Jesus' word. The Bible says there's no other foundation that can be laid than that which is laid already. Anybody builder, I don't care whether you're a believer or not, whether you're come from whatever culture, Arabic culture, Hindu culture, whatever. If the nation, the society, the community, the family, your building, if it's not founded on the words of Christ, on his precepts, then, well, it's like children building sandcastles by the beach. Okay, it might look elegant, it might look beautiful, but when the flood comes, not even the flood, you know, a little thing, a bubbling toddler can step on it and it's gone. So builders keep on building, politicians keep on building. What we saw in Nigeria, as I said before, is a pretense, a sham at nation building, leadership recruitment process. As I said before, I'm not in support of anybody. Hello, my brother. Yes, thank you very much for your encouragement. Yeah, I'm not in support. I'm not, a politician, but I just want to highlight some things. This one is, we always talk about Nigerians. We talk about our nascent democracy, nascent, newly born democracy. How long shall we continue to lie to ourselves? First of all, before this so-called Fourth Republic, we had the First Republic that lasted just, in fact, less than 6 years. Yeah. From October 1960 to January 1966. It was truncated. Primarily, we talk about the first coup, the first people that planned coup, but it was through the irresponsibility of politicians at that time. Well, they're not doing wet here and burning houses and burning cars and political thuggery and banditry, big and dash. Was it not what was happening in the First Republic? That gave soldiers excuse to strike. I'm not supporting military coup. The politicians need to learn their lessons. Okay, we got to the Second Republic, 1979 to 1983, if I'm right. Yes, midnight of the eve of the new year, 84, when General Buhari and co, he took over the government. Again, they blame corruption. They blame, some of the, again, things happening, election rigging, and things that happened. I remember Ondo State, the old Ondo State was on fire, and some other places, because of electoral injustice. That was the end, signal the end of the Second Republic. And of course, we have the so-called Third Republic, the Babangida game. Linus over, welcome, thank you, God bless. We have the staggered election of Babangida and all that. And of course, it came to the ultimate, the June 12th, 1993. June 12th, 1993, I think it was, where Abiola was the purported winner of that election, and it was cancelled. Then we're here now. So we've had 4 attempts at democratizing our political culture. So it is not right to continue to refer to us as inexperienced. We've tried. The fact that you've tried and failed, it's still an experience. Now, this Fourth Republic, we've had almost 20 years of uninterrupted run of a democratic system, so-called democratic system. Have we learned? Are we learning? or giving ourselves excuses to fail yet again. Joseph, Christiana, Mary, God bless you. We are welcome. We are giving ourselves, we still calling ourselves, oh, we are learning curve. We are learning. If we are learning the cost of these lessons, or the cost of whatever we are saying we are learning, is too expensive. So what we saw in the last election was a retrogression from 2015. We thought that we would build on it. So what do we see? Just evidence that we are now serious people. Now let's call it. I'm not going to mince words this evening, because hopefully some of the words I will use perhaps will sting us, some of us, and we will change. We will think about, okay, fine. We might. I don't care if I'm criticized or insulted over this. I don't really care. But as long as it provokes some kind of perturbation in our conscience, we show ourselves as wasteful, profligate, and incorrigible nation. Incorrigible, can't be corrected, cannot learn from history. No wonder they remove history from our schools, because we don't learn from history anyway. Our political leaders and elites, particularly the intellectuals, we see in the media, in academia, disappointment. Any form of education, Yusuf Biola, God bless you, thank you for joining. Any, what I'm saying, education we say we have that cannot transform our mind and our attitude is a waste of years, waste of money, waste of effort. Just, you might as well just, I don't know, join, we might as well just I don't know. You see, our intellectuals, they cannot be just intellectually logical and honest. Our lawyers, white is black, black is white, depending how far, how much language you have to argue it. So, say over this. I mean, where do we go from here? If there was any proof, if any proof was needed that we have plunged to the very depth of moral and ethical degeneracy, this election was it. The election that's in which scores of people, including you, died, we are killed. If we are running a military government, those 30-something to 40 people that died, as reported, there could be more. If we are running a military regime, do you think those people would have died that day? But in the name of democracy, our young people are dying because we have empowered thugs and bandits and brigands in the name of democracy. Anything in the name of democracy. See the shameful thing that happened in Lagos. Shameful. Sons of Belial, just scoundrels running riot, burning businesses and burning houses. Say that certain people should not vote. Or if they, I remember the Oba of Lagos, like 2015, that said if some people from an ethnic stock, if they do not vote for the person that his own candidate, that he would drown them in Lagos Lagoon. And people just feel, oh yeah, it's an Oba, he cannot be corrected. Shame! It's an Oba, he cannot be corrected. Meanwhile, that Oba was a police officer, high-ranking police officer. Can you think about the kind of police officer he was when he was in service? But no, don't say it's an Oba. Yes, killings, flow of blood, ballot snatching, military and police brutality and suppression. The military under the the command structure of the president himself unleashed on the people. Now, let me stop here for the military. Now, you know, we have problem with Boko Haram insurgencies, with the different community clashes here, that the military seem not, even militants, you know, thank God it's subsided a bit now. And we say that our soldiers, our military personnel, you know, and their resources, they're stretched. I wonder how is it that Boko Haram, in spite of the number that have been killed and eliminated and captured and so-called de-radicalized, we wonder how they managed to still recruit more and sustain this war against the Nigerian state for how many years now? Wonder, how do they get their people? It's easy. They gain allegiance from the community where they operate, because the soldiers and police officers and the military people sorry, who are meant to protect the people, who are meant to reassure the people and keep them safe, they are busy brutalizing the people, beating them up. I remember in the mid-80s or late 80s, I saw a Nigerian soldier. That's why I knew we were in trouble. A Nigerian soldier was boxing with a woman selling akara. She had a tray of akara on her head. She had a child strapped on her back and was, you know, boxing with a soldier. I said, we are in soup. Thompson eBay. Wamboji, thank you for joining. God bless you. That's when, right then, I knew that we are in trouble. If we face war with Benin Republic, even Togo, we are in soup, because the military, Nigerian military is not disciplined at all. Snatching boxes, kicking away and chasing out INEC ad hoc staff in the name of democracy. What else do we have? Of course, massive rigging on every side. Well, I'm not saying that APC rigged, but there's Nigeria now. Everybody rigs. Everybody rigs. But it's more shameful when you have the rigging that is facilitated and encouraged. The state's machinery. You compromise the integrity of the state machinery, including our defense structure, our law and order. You compromise all that to achieve a wicked end. That is a sin against the people. That's worse than carrying a gun and shoot yourself to power. Suppression of votes in certain places. I mentioned brigandage. Yes, the Igbophobic uprising in the so-called Center of Excellence, Lagos, that's the pride of the nation, have resorted to this shame. Manipulation of card readers. All these were the hallmarks of that election. And after long hours of unexplained delay, what we got from INEC was, in the main, deliberately doctored figures that defied basic arithmetic rules. Even the INEC chairman admitted that the figures didn't add up. Now pray, Professor Mahmoud. If the figures do not add up, why did you announce them? If some returning officers said that they were announcing this under duress, why didn't you pause a bit? If another woman came up and said, I have nothing to declare, and told what happened, what soldiers did that call for is a pause to think of where we go from here. Since last Saturday, a few questions have been agitating my mind. Where do we go from here? You see, we as Nigerians, we need to make up our mind whether we want democracy or military-backed autocracy or even anarchy propped up by yobs, touts, thugs, scoundrels. We need to make up our mind. We cannot be touting democracy, human rights, and yet we are violating the very principles and the basic rules of democracy. Like I said, you hear the word, it sounds nice when you hear it from international conferences, the UN Charter of Human Rights. You copy Constitution from America, it sounds lofty and good. You cannot apply it, you cannot obey it from top to bottom. And say, we want to build a nation? No. You can't violate certain principles and expect a strong nation to emerge out of such egregious stupidity. No, it does not work that way. What God has made crooked, nobody can make it straight. As I've repeated on this forum several times, that God that we serve, God who is sovereign, God who can do anything and nobody can stop him, yet he operates. His kingdom is based on principles of justice, fairness, righteousness. What makes us think that we can escape if we, cut corners and compromise integrity? We don't even know what that means, by the way. We don't know what integrity means. Okay. Yeah. What arrogance to think that we can build things that will last, nations that will last, systems that will last by just as I say in Nigeria, we will to the answer. No shortcuts and circumventing processes. And not time bound, age-long principles, timeless principles, I wanted to say. Okay. Closely related to that question, whether we want to build democracy or not. Are we seriously building a nation or setting ourselves off for self-annihilation? It's okay to build roads and build bridges and build skyscrapers. Yes. It's okay to build, all those magnificent things, factories. But if we are doing that and then we are creating conditions that could lead to war, how will those bridges stand? How will those factories and those plants last? We are wasting resources. See, whatever happens to Nigeria in future, let no one blame the outsiders. It was Sonny Neji, the musician, sang a song that I love so much. He said, now we they take our hand, they do ourselves. No be Oyibo. Now we they take our hand, they kill ourselves. He said, no be Oyibo, don't blame colonial masters. Now, the Western world are not necessarily our friends. They are not necessarily, not all the Western countries are our friends. In fact, some of them are, sabotaging our effort. They don't want to see Nigeria rise, because if Nigeria rises, Africa rises. If Africa rises, the black man, black woman, anywhere in the world will rise. So it pays some of them to keep us down. But look, we don't blame them. As they say in Yoruba proverb and Igbo proverbs, they say that it's the house mouse that told the bush mouse that there's fish in the shelf, kitchen shelf. Yeah. So it's us, it's self-inflicted, not just by the politicians, but also by this silent and the tacit complicit, tacit support, if not overt support, of the so-called masses. The so-called, but I don't like using that word. Anybody that collects money, anybody that takes bribe to vote, anyone that can get involved in ballot snatching on behalf of any so-called big man is a fool, and it's part of the problem of Nigeria. So let's not just blame the big men alone. Let's bring that down to the grassroots. Those people that I saw in Lagos burning properties and burning shops and stores, I didn't see any big man there. I saw Agberos. I saw, thugs and touts. They will come and blame Buhari or blame whoever. It's our personal choices. Let's start looking at ourselves, looking in the mirror and correcting ourselves before we can now point at somebody else. Everyone is guilty, from top to bottom. Of course, the weight of the distribution of culpability, yes, it differs, because obviously to whom more is given, more is required. But let nobody come and say that they didn't participate because you're not a big man, you don't occupy office. If you collected money to support somebody, you are part of it. If you completed for somebody, you are part of the problem of Nigeria. And God will judge. Also, we have to decide whether we want a modern nation, we want to live in a modern nation, or want to be stuck in our traditional time work, just trapped in our traditional setting and context, how it used to be those days. Where, do we want to be a modern nation, cosmopolitan nation, where people can come over a different part of the world and bring their energies and talents, or do you want to say, no, get into that, where we were before, in our tribal divisions and ethnic suspicions that made the white man come and colonize us and take us as slaves in the first place. And we're still doing that now. Oh yes, we open ourselves up again for another wind of enslavement and colonization. Yes, we are ripe for the picking. We set ourselves up as sitting ducks to be shot at. Zoe, you're welcome. Zoe Cyril Okere, welcome. God bless. Okay. Right. I'll soon finish now. So basically, what happened last Saturday, Nigeria has showcased herself as an example of what Africa should not be. Nigeria, we've shown ourselves as showcased ourselves as a case study of what no African nation should aspire to be. It's interesting that at the same time, In fact, the very next day, Senegal had election. We didn't hear no noise, no murmuring, nothing. It was relatively peaceful. Rwanda of Nigeria finished themselves in the mid-90s. They are making serious strides. Ghana is moving on. Cote d'Ivoire, after their own dose of stupidity of a few years ago, electoral stupidity, they are moving on. There's some people going to say, because we are we are big, massive number, but not educated enough. Let me just spare a few words for the Western nations and governments who applaud and sanction that election, who say it was free and fair. Don't insult us. Do not, UK in particular, I'm speaking for UK, do not insult Nigerians. Okay, I know we gave you the permission. Do not patronize us. It's paternalistic nonsense to say that it was, knowing what you know happened that day. In fact, before, during, and after the election, the so-called election, and you decided to applaud it, you're a hypocrite. They're not doing us a favor, they're hypocritical. In fact, they insult us by that patronizing attitude because they expect less of us than what they are ready to accept in their own claims. Will you accept that in UK as an election? In France, Germany? Why do you have to, when it comes to Nigeria and Africa, you want to lower the bar of moral excellence? Because you think we're subhumans. And so you say, okay, they're at their own level. They've tried, well done. And our people are happy about that. Oh yeah, the international community says it's okay. Nonsense. Lastly, let me turn the focus now on the church. I'll pick this up again next week. Okay. But I just want to say, please don't stop saying thus says the Lord. Stop saying thus says the Lord when you are not absolutely certain that God has spoken to you. But by the way, God does not talk out of just to satisfy our curiosity. Oh, tell me, who's going to win? Who's going to win? Like God said, talk to you. Tell me what the winning lottery number is going to be. And God, listen, let's stop joking. We turn ourselves to a joke, to jokers. Prophecy is meant to be strategic. God is not a man that can lie. And even then, thus says the Lord that they were uttered regarding the election. They were even conflict. No, they were conflicted. Some people say, "Oh, God says that this person will win. God says that the other person will win. God says the other person will win." God says the same God. Can we stop this nonsense? Can we stop it? Let's not bring the glorious name of God to the cesspit of Nigerian purulent politics. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. So that when God speaks, the nation will shake, because God's word will not come to him void. Let's stop the joke. It's getting too much. When it goes, Super Eagles go to play, oh, God said that they will win. Some other people say, well, if you don't bring me money, you will not win. It's so stupid. What is happening to us? Why does politics make us go gaga, go stupid as the people of God? Let's stop it. I'll take up this work this day again next week. But thank you, Pastor Tayo Justin. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for joining. I'm signing off now. All of you, I am grateful for your company this evening. By the way, I want to say that from what I've shared tonight, or any other episodes of the Sentinel, or any other matter that's of a concern to you, please, if you want to drop in a question, when we have enough of those questions, we will do like a question and answer type of thing, and people can contribute also their responses to those questions as you join. I'm going to announce when that's going to happen. But please, if there are any questions, anything you want to challenge me on, you disagree with, or you want me to clarify, please send it to me. And how do you do that? Of course, my Facebook, you can just, my inbox, you can put it there. And then we announce the day it's going to happen. Please share this. I think a lot of people need to hear this. Each one of you, please feel free to share it to friends. We need to change. We need to repent as a nation. Yeah. Amen. God bless you. Thank you very much, and have a glorious week. And I pray that the next election we will redeem ourselves, we redeem our image, that we don't lose anybody, that we be more mature. And that's why I'm urging you to share this. God bless you, Pastor Tayo, to share this before next Saturday, when they have the gubernatorial election in Nigeria, and also the state assembly people, so that those who plan to stand boxes, those who plan to print, those who plan to kill and maim, who try to vandalize, who are thinking of that, they might have a second thought, perhaps, with God's help and with your cooperation. God bless you. Have a great week. And I remain Reverend Cyril Okere. This is the Sentinel. God bless you. Amen. Bye-bye.